Hello everyone and welcome to this Tech Talk from the Fast Track Dynamics 365 team. I'm Amira Beldjilali and I'm here today with my colleague Corina Balan from the Fast Track team to present to you today's topic, which is around a detailed comparison between conversation intelligence with Sales Premium and the one with Viva Sales. As you might know, the offer is available in both. However, some features change from one to another. And today's purpose is to clarify this point and present what is available in which offer. So let's go ahead and start.
Hello everyone. The agenda for today is as follows. We will be starting with an overview of Dynamics 365 Sales Conversation Intelligence capabilities, and then we'll be doing a comparison with the Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence capabilities across call processing, during the call and after the call features. Then we'll be closing with administration and configuration capabilities and share a list of useful links. Dynamics 365 Sales Conversation Intelligence is an offer that uses analytics and data science to gather data from sellers' call recordings and Dynamics 365 sales. It provides you with information and insight so that you can intelligently manage your sales team and proactively coach your sellers. To achieve this, it displays relevant key performance indicators, KPIs, and intelligent call data KPIs by team, seller, and call. It leverages multiple AI functionalities such as natural language processing, natural language generation, action items detection, entity recognition, and more. Let's have a look at this video showcasing Dynamics 365 Sales Conversation Intelligence in action.
With more sales interactions happening virtually, sellers need digital-first solutions to support their customer conversations. Conversation intelligence within Dynamics 365 Sales and Microsoft Teams acts as your digital assistant, allowing sellers to focus on the customer conversations, while the solution takes care of capturing action items and surfacing valuable business insights in real time. With this new offering, Madison can view her upcoming engagement and quickly join the Teams meeting directly from where she is working. As the familiar Microsoft Teams meeting is displayed, Madison has full access to the rich audio and video capabilities alongside our embedded Dynamics 365 for Teams app. The app allows full control on the recording and provides real-time insights for action. As the meeting progresses, a live transcript from all participants display. Business-critical insights mentioned during the meeting are automatically highlighted, allowing Madison to reach points of interest within seconds. To reduce manual effort, any follow-ups made during the meeting are automatically captured and added to the notes on demand. A seller can enrich the information and manage actions with ease. As the meeting completes, the seller is presented with a rich meeting summary and helpful KPIs. They can review the transcript and play back the recording embedded directly within Dynamics 365. The summary page also displays each participant's sentiment throughout the conversation, using our latest multi-participant view. Sellers can focus in on hotspots of a conversation to see if any action needs to be taken. Additional KPIs are also displayed to help guide a seller and provide coaching opportunities for discussion.
Now that we have seen the capabilities of Dynamics 365 Sales Conversation Intelligence, let's start our comparison with call processing. And within call processing, let's tackle first conversation intelligence for phone calls for inbound and outbound calls. Starting with outbound calls, you can see a demo starting at the left side of the screen. It allows sellers to make calls using the Teams dialer, record those calls, and get at the end of the calls the summaries with the sentiment analysis, follow-up items, highlights, and more. The Teams dialer is available out of the box in the Sales Hub app and can also be added to custom order-driven apps. The settings to do this are available in the Sales Hub application. Now, moving on the right side of the screen, for the inbound calls, when the seller receives a call, the contact will be identified automatically based on her phone number. If there are several results matching, then the seller can select the right one or even change it later on. Similarly, as with the outbound calls, the seller will be able to record and receive the summary and the sentiment analysis, follow-up items, and more at the end of the call. We should mention that the conversation intelligence for teams, so inbound and outbound call, has some limits. For sales enterprise, the limit is 3 hours per user per month, while for sales premium is 10 hours per user per month. Now, Viva Sales does not support Teams inbound and outbound calls. It only supports Teams meetings today. Now, continuing with the conversation intelligence for Teams meetings. For a Teams meeting, if the Viva Sales Teams app is added to that meeting, the summary will be automatically generated once the meeting is completed and provided that transcription has been enabled. Once the summary is ready, you'll receive a message from the Viva Sales bot in your personal chat. Looking at the summary tabs and sections available, and if you look at the right side of the screen, there will be a demo starting. The recap tab will display the call highlights and follow-up action items that Viva Sales identified during the call. The mention will display keywords, products, people mentioned, questions asked. The details tab will display the list of participants and information such as talk to listen ratio, average pause, or longest monologue. Then the transcript will display a written record of the call, and you can search, read, translate with the timeline of the call being available as well. So you can play any portion of the transcript at any moment. The timeline also displays the sentiment detected in the conversation, positive, neutral, or negative. Now, with Viva Sales Teams app for sales enterprise or sales premium customers, the capacity is unlimited. So you can have as many Teams meetings that you want and apply Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence to those. There is no capacity limit.
Let's pass now to what happens during the call and different features available there. The first feature in this section is the real-time conversation intelligence. So when you are in a call with the customer, you can see the transcript tab, a real-time transcript during the call, with the timeline showing who said what and when. The transcript helps you analyze the call, especially that the defined keywords and competitors mentioned during the call are highlighted in bold text to catch your attention. You can review all the inputs at the end of the call in the call summary tab called activity. This will help you also to work on the notes and next actions with more efficiency. Concerning Viva Sales, the real-time tips and suggestions are not available yet, but it's being considered for Viva Sales backlog for Teams meetings. Let's pass now to the second feature in this section, which is the conversation intelligence for sellers-only recordings. So during the calls with the customers, sellers might need to stop recording the customer at some points. When, for example, the customer is talking about points that don't require recording. In this case, the administrator can enable this feature, as you can see in this screenshot, so that sellers can't stop recording the customer at any moment during the call. Currently, this feature is only available with the Sales Conversation Intelligence, and for Viva Sales CI, administrators don't have this option in the configuration panel.
Let's continue now with the after the call session. So once the call is recorded, what are the features that are available? As Amira showed us, for Teams dialer inbound or outbound calls, once the call is recorded and the summary is generated, the seller can at any moment open the CRM record, so the phone call activity, and check the call summary tab to get all of the details, the overview, the notes, the suggested action items, and plan any action items, the mentions, the searchable transcript, and the sentiment analysis. For Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence, the summary is only surfaced in Microsoft 365 today. It will soon move over to Dataverse, so administrators will have this configuration flag available to choose the storage. As well, Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence does not provide a call summary for inbound and outbound calls. It only works for Teams meetings. Sales Conversation Intelligence is the feature that gives us the call summary at the end of the call for inbound or outbound calls. For the meeting summary insights, some of these can be available in Outlook in particular circumstances. So if we are using the Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence, the meeting summaries are accessible in Viva Sales Outlook app in two ways. First is in the context of a sales contact, we have the recent activity tab that shows the last emails and meetings that we had with that customer. If any of those meetings has had the Viva Sales Teams app added and therefore the meeting summary generated, we will see a link to that meeting summary shown there. The second way in which we see the meeting summary insights is when we want to draft a reply to a customer after we had a meeting with them. We do this by using the prompt summarize a sales meeting. This is available if the administrator has enabled this feature. And the email generated with this prompt will use the contact CRM information, such as the related opportunity, parent account of the sales contact, and also the meeting summary highlights and follow-up items so that you can quickly reply to your customer after a call. For now, it considers meetings from the last 20 days and it uses the insights from the most recent meeting that you had with that sales contact. You can also go ahead and change the reference meeting and use another one. This feature is only available with Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence and it's not available with Sales Conversation Intelligence. Continuing with editing and sharing the conversation summary. So this feature is only available with Sales Conversation Intelligence. Sellers have the option of using Dynamics 365 Sales to edit the summary, add relevant highlights and action items, and save these back as notes in the CRM system. This will increase the productivity of your sellers because it allows them to take notes and generates actions very quickly without losing context, all within the phone call activity form called Summary tab. For Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence, we cannot edit the conversation summary. As we know by now, this is only available in Microsoft 365 Teams today, but we can actually share the summary by using the copy to clipboard button. This is again available in Microsoft Teams when we open the meeting summary, and we can use this to then reply to the customer after having a meeting, or we can use, as shown before, the prompt summarize a sales meeting. Looking at how we can schedule an action item from a conversation summary. Within the call summary, when you select an action item, you can see where it was mentioned on the transcript. These action items are highlighted in blue and they display a suggestion to create an appropriate action item. So if you click on the action item link, you can then start creating quickly a call, meeting, a task, or send an email, all while without losing context. For Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence, this feature is not available today, but it will be available very soon. For Teams meeting summaries, we will be able to also quickly create action items from the suggested follow-up items. Looking at the aggregated dashboards for managers. This dashboard is only available for Sales Premium customers in the Sales Conversation Intelligence standalone app. It displays the top trending tracked keywords. So these are the terms most often mentioned and it can provide insights into what your customers are talking about, and in this way surface sales opportunities for your business. You can also use the time period filter, so you can filter the relevant conversations that are being used for calculating the trends. There are also other sets of dashboards that help sales managers to view and compare what's happening in sales calls and get insights into what their top sellers are doing. So team managers can view the team's performance and each individual seller's performance with insights, customer sentiment, conversational style, and call history. You can also view in these dashboards information about your sales pipeline, such as what's the sum of the actual revenue, the total estimated revenue, the total deals won, and the average revenue generated. These dashboards as well are accessible from the Conversation Intelligence standalone application, and it's only available for Sales Premium customers.
Let's now finish by the administration and configuration section. The first point in this section is the storage of call recordings and conversation intelligence insights. Admins in Sales Premium have the possibility to choose their own Azure Blob storage to store the call recordings and the conversation intelligence insights. This could be the Microsoft provided one or one that they provision in their own Azure subscription. Concerning Viva Sales, for now Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence storage in Microsoft 365 Substrate, but soon it will be also available in Dataverse storage. Let's now pass to the supported languages for the conversation intelligence, which is very important for the customers. Conversation intelligence generates various insights from call transcripts, including action items, brands, keywords, sentiments, and questions. These insights are available in multiple languages, either natively or through translation. When a language has a native support, the transcript is analyzed and insights are generated in that language. For languages with a non-native support, the transcript is first translated to English and then insights are generated in English. For now, English and French have a native support for sentiment analysis. And concerning the supported languages for the UI, both Conversation Intelligence with Sales and Viva Sales are available in 24 languages. The link below displays all the whole list of supported languages. And here is a new upcoming feature concerning the support of recordings from the third-party telephony providers. This is planned for Sales Conversation Intelligence and will allow admins to configure the conversation intelligence for the third-party telephony providers or soft phones used by their sellers. Please note that this is a roadmap feature and the delivery timeline might change. Let's now switch to the subject of compliance. Compliance around recordings is a very important topic. For Sales Conversation Intelligence, the seller should start recording to get conversation insights. For Viva Sales, the app is added automatically if the Teams meeting is scheduled from Outlook for a sales contact from a CRM. If the meeting is created from Teams calendar, the organizer would need to add Viva Sales app when the meeting begins. And from there, the sellers can choose to only start the transcript, for example, in order to get the insights based on it. In Sales Conversation Intelligence, we have the call categorization features to help the sellers and their managers to review the conversation that they have had with customers in an easy way and quickly find relevant talking points. With this feature, the tags in short duration calls are detected and set automatically. For example, when a contact is unavailable, short calls with reschedule requests, and short calls in which the contact indicates that the call is unwanted. If the tag is inappropriate, for sure, the seller can delete it. And the tags can be seen inside the call summary page within Dynamics 365 in the Sales Conversation Intelligence app too. The second feature is to comply with the payment card industry regulations. Organizations must protect personal data shared by customers during the calls. When this option is enabled to hide personal data, credit card details such as the credit card number and expiry date will be masked before saving it to the transcript. In Sales Conversation Intelligence, admin can control the recording at security role level and also control if the recording gets triggered automatically or manually. For Viva Sales, the transcript and recording settings are controlled by Microsoft 365 admins via the Teams policies. And to finish with the last feature, it's the ability to manage competitors and keywords. So admins or sales managers can configure tracked keywords and competitors that they are relevant for the organization so that they can track them in calls. Whenever the defined keywords or competitors are mentioned in a call, Conversation Intelligence will gather the data and display it appropriately in the dashboard. And to finish, here is the list of resources where you can start using the Dynamics 365 Sales Conversation Intelligence and Viva Sales Conversation Intelligence. Don't hesitate to try all the different features and provide your feedback around them. Thank you for your attention and stay tuned for more details that are coming soon around the Viva Sales technical architecture. Thank you.